Well, it's time to use the Hillbilly leaf plow. The Hillbilly leaf plow rides again. Before we start on this with the leaf plow, we have to do the other area near the driveway. I raked up as much as I could out of the driveway, but not all out completely, and pushed them up, raked them up to bank uphill, which is very hard to do. And then I'm going to just chop them up, and then I'll put this leaf plow on. Okay, you can see that here I'm going to use the leaf plow, and here. Over here, I'm just going to take and chop them up, because I really can't push them up into the greenery over there. And I certainly can't push them down into the road. So I raked up all down here, except at the end of the driveway there. I'll deal with that later. So I'm just going to chop these up, because this particular area is very hard to do. It's a very steep hill here, and it may not look that way on the video, but it is. Then I got this pile over here that I'm just going to push over, but I'm going to put the leaf plow on it when I do that. So right now it's just leaf chopping time, and I have not heard anything, so I have no idea if the thing was fixed or what. It must have been, because I couldn't start it, even with starting ether. So let me get started here. We'll get you on a tripod. Got to get the mower down off the picnic table. Now normally I close the handle down for the winter and store it up here, but I didn't want to close the handle down yet because I knew I had all these leaves to deal with. So we're going to take it down, make sure I got enough gas in it, and then we're going to chop some leaves, and I'm going to get you on a tripod and you can watch. How's that sound? Okay, before I get started here, there's something I didn't realize. He also fixed the speed control. That never worked, not for many, many years, even though I oiled the cable and everything else. So I was wondering why it was running low idle when I first pulled it. Well, he's fixed that too, and I haven't heard from him to thank him. So let me start it up here, and I'll show you. Okay, let's get started with chopping leaves.
I found him by the railroad track this morning. I could see that he was nearly dead. Knelt down beside him and I listened, just to hear the words the dying fella said. He said they let me out of prison in Frisco. For 10 long years I paid for what I'd done. I was trying to get back to Louisiana, just to see my rose and just to know my son. Give my love to Rose, won't you, mister? Take her all my money, tell her buy some pretty clothes. Tell my boy that daddy's so proud of him. And don't forget to give my love to Rose. Tell them I said thanks for waiting. Tell my boy to help his mom at home. Tell my Rose to try to find another, but it ain't right that she should be alone. Mister, here's a bag with all my money. It won't take them long the way it goes. God bless you for finding me this morning. And don't forget to give my love to Rose. Give my love to Rose, won't you, mister? Take her all my money, tell her buy some pretty clothes. Tell my boy's daddy's so proud of him. And don't forget to give my love to Rose. Yes, don't forget to give my love to Rose.
As you can see, I've got it pretty well done, where I think the leaf blower will take care of it, because there isn't an awful lot. There's still some leaves up there. Down here, I got quite a bit out of the driveway here. It's not all of it. And grinding these up, they're not going to, when you get some wind, it's not going to blow, less apt to blow back into the driveway again. That's what's good about grinding them up. And I think they act as fertilizer too. I don't really know. My dad was a landscaper, but I wasn't. But anyways, I'm not too worried about up in this area here. Primarily, I just don't want the leaves to keep coming down into the driveway. It's very, very difficult. You got this big steep hill here, and it's very hard to rake uphill, and a gas leaf blower won't do nothing. It'll just churn them around down in the driveway. It's a SOB, because it's not strong enough to blow them up the hill. So I'm going to put the leaf plow on it. I got to go and get the bolts out of the shed. There's 2 holes in the front down here. I got to get the bolts out of the shed because I had taken them out when I set this by the road. So I guess Fred must have fixed the speed control here, because that never worked. That was like pretty much full open all the time. I oiled it and, you know, WD-40'd and everything down here, but like I said before, when it comes to small engine carburetors, I have no luck with them. So you know, Fred is very good that way. He fixes his own chainsaws and everything else, so he can get things going where I can't. So again, I want to thank him for that. I have not talked to him in person to be able to thank him, but I sure do appreciate it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the leaf plow on, and then we're going to go and tackle that pile right down there, and then there's another one way over on the other side of the yard there. So I want to just push them over the bank, and with the mower going, as I said before, it makes it a lot easier. And the rest of this isn't all that bad right now. I mean, there's hardly any breeze. There's just a little breeze right now, and the last few days it's been windy, and then we've gotten some rain, and the leaves are wet and they're very hard to rake, never mind leaf plowing. So that's what we'll do, and I may tackle this later on off camera, doing the raking part of it. See, I can rake them, but when the pile gets too big, I'm rupturing myself trying to push them over. I already got a little hernia that I've had for a number of years now, nothing major, but anyways, so you can see down here, trying to hold the camera steady. There's supposed to be image stabilization on this camera, but I don't think they work. Because I notice when I move around, they're very shaky. But I see a lot of videos on YouTube that the videos are smooth when people walk around. They must be using one of them expensive gimbals or something like that. But anyways, I can't be buying stuff like that. Anyways, we're going to hillbilly these over the bank here. I mean, I could rake them, but it's tough. It's hard. And you can see I've got the yard pretty clean, but there's still quite a few leaves up there. And I cleaned off the deck and around the deck. We're getting there, because when we get snow, I don't want to have to snow blow the leaves along with the snow. And I'm not looking forward to snow. I hate snow. Alright, I got the bolts in, as you can see. I did that off camera. You don't need to really see that. So let's mount the plow. Fender washer. Plus you got two different size nuts here, one 7/16 and one's 1/2 inch. This happens to be the bolts I had. Got the first nut on there. A little trouble getting this one on, but I got it. Alright, I'll put the nut bolt and the washer on this one. What I want to do, but I don't have any more metal, a conduit. I'll take a piece from here and go to the handle to stabilize this. I can tighten these up, but it keeps loosening. After all, it's just a quick and dirty way of getting rid of leaves. You can see with my ugly body in the way, probably not. Don't want to tighten them too much, it will strip out. The right wrenches. Just grabbed what I had in the toolbox. Tough job getting anything out of the toolbox for that shed. There's so much stuff there. That's better, but I still want to put a stabilizer bar eventually on here to the handlebars. Oh, damn knees. Before I get started, I want to show you, when I built that thing, I purposely made that about 2 inches off the ground because the ground is uneven, and it's probably easier because that also allows the leaves that are on the ground, some of them, to get chopped up. So if I was to build that all the way to the ground, I would be binding up and hitting everything. What I'd like to have is little rake tongs on the bottom of that and make it stronger, because the wings here, this whole thing is a part of an old air conditioner. So there's braces on the bottom and the top, but still, if I hit something and the pile is too hard on the right side or the left side, it bends them out, and I have to keep straightening it out. But after all, it's only a hillbilly leaf rake. So it comes flush to the mower deck, the actual deck itself, which is roughly about 2 inches off the ground. Okay? So I didn't want to make that down any lower. I would like to have made it higher, but I couldn't do that because that's the width of the metal that I got off the air conditioner.
I'm just an old man wrinkled like a prune. I'm just an old man and I sleep until noon. I'm blind in one eye and can't see out the other. One thing I am glad, I never had a twin brother. Nobody wants you when you're all worn out. The ladies want a man that can move about. I sit all day in my old rocking chair, looking out my window, and all I do is stare, watching all the ladies as they walk by, but they don't see the twinkle that's in my eye. Once I was young, trim and fit. Now I'm so weak, I can't even spit. You may laugh at me now that I'm old and gray, but your time is coming, this I will say. When things get wrinkled and too short to use, I'm like an old radio that has a blown fuse. I go to the store, get 10% off, 'cause I'm old. But the real reason is I'm an old fart, I was told. My belly is hanging close to my knee. It seems every 5 minutes I gotta go pee. I had 3 facelifts in the past 10 years. My tear ducts are clogged and I can't shed any tears. My ears stick out too far from my head, they say. I look like I might take to flight some windy day. I'm just an old fart, wrinkled like a prune. I'm just an old fart and I sleep until noon. I hope you liked my story that I just told. Remember this, it's no fun getting old.
As you can see, there's a limit to what the snow plow can do. And over here you can only push it so far because there's branches and everything here. And this is where I just push all the leaves and the branches that fall down during the storms and everything else. You can see the job I had to clear the area out when I did that Uncle Dorkle fishing skit there. It's a lot of work. Alright, so yes, we got leaves chopped out, but one thing's for sure, chopped leaves aren't going to go too far when it's a lot of wind. And I'll take the rake and I'll just hit this lightly, and you know when you get up close to 100 years old like myself, you got to make life easier for you. You know, not everybody can rake huge piles of leaves all day long. So you have to come out with a system that will make life easier for you, and that is why I made the Hillbilly leaf plow. Not the best thing, But, you know, with my resources, I think it does the job. So, folks, I'm going to end this video now. I wanted to just give you a little bit of show and tell, so to speak, of the Hillbilly leaf plow in action. So I want to thank you all for watching. And we will probably, well, I should say we, I will be from time to time working on the rest of this, but it'll be off camera. So I think this is going to be that's it for the Hillbilly leaf plow for this year. I will continue working off camera, of course. So thank you very much for watching. This concludes chopping leaves and hillbilly leaf plowing. Thanks for watching.